Okay, so I'm just gonna go over the structure that I did today. Okay, a deal that I landed today. Is just through my network, people that I know. So I saw this guy at the gym. Haven't seen him in a year and a half. He's been traveling. I've been traveling. I saw him at the gym. I asked him how his business was going. He said, "Dude, he's doing good. He just hit a plateau of 300K a month. I mean, okay, a lot of people are not making 300K a month. He has a good infrastructure. All he does, look how simple business is. Okay, I want you guys to understand this. His business is to allocate professionals from Colombia to work for companies in the United States, okay, and not pay the high premium that these professionals make. I'll give you an example. So, for an accountant, his company will find an accountant, train them for that specific company, okay, and pay the accountant about $2,500 a month. Okay, he collects a finder's fee, number one. Number two, he also gets a revenue share. Okay, he gets a rep every month from for finding this accountant. Okay, so what does that do for the company in the United States? Does two things. Number one, if you go through a regular HR person, they're gonna charge you 25, 35, $45,000. Okay, he's cutting that down to five, $10,000. Okay, for a finder. Okay, so he'll find you the professional here in Colombia, and then he guarantees that he's gonna work there for a year. Well, how can he make that guarantee? It's easy because his whole job here in Colombia is that he gets an HR that works for him on full time. Hey, I need you to find me this person and this person and this person with these qualities. Boom. Hey, what do you need training on? Puts in the training with the guy. He sells the guy off. Okay. So he has a little bit of 100 people, just like the professionals that work for companies in the United States. Okay. So he just pay up front. He just pay a revenue share. So he's been stuck on the $300,000 a month. So he's like, hey, I just hired. And everything was a word of mouth before. That hey, he just hired a marketing person in order to scale his company. And I was like, okay, you hire a marketing person. Is he from the US or is he from Colombia? No, he's a Colombian guy. I said, okay. So I told him, a partner of mine, which is a friend and a partner of mine for another business, he owns a marketing agency. It's a full 360 marketing agency that works in the United States. Okay, we companies are making 5 million plus. He said, okay. I said, if you're interested, I know you're not making 5 million plus right now. I can talk to him. I can give him a rough draft of your business model to see if he would like to come into partnership from above what he's already making. So he's making 300,000 a month. That's about 3.6 a year. Okay, so he's making 3.6 a year. He hasn't been able to scale past us. I said, okay, if you have the capabilities to scale, meaning to do the fulfillment, okay, we have the capability to grow your business. So just like that, he said, okay, let's get on a call. I'm gonna talk to my partner, which is his brother, and then another Colombian guy. So there's three people. I'm gonna talk to my brother and my other partner, and we'll talk to you and your partner to see if we can come to an agreement. Okay. He said, as long as it works for both of us, hey, we can make a deal. Okay. So what did I propose? I proposed a solution to his problem. He's been stuck at $300,000 a month, number one. Number two, I use my network, people that I trust, that I have done business with, that trust me also. And I brought a deal to the table where I'm also gonna benefit. Okay. And what are we proposing? So this is what we're proposing. Hey, okay, we're gonna make an average of what you made. We're gonna make an average of what you made within the past year. Okay, so if he make 300,000 a month, 3.6 a year, he averaged 300,000 a month, whatever. So we're gonna have that on paper. Hey, okay, so your average is 300,000 a month. Okay, that's all yours. You work it. That's all fine. From the 300,000 a month forward, okay, we're gonna come into an agreement. This is what I'm proposing. Okay, we're gonna come to an agreement where, hey, you do the fulfillment, we take care of the marketing. We're both going to put in our knowledge. Okay, we're gonna obviously my team, we're gonna do the funnels, the websites, everything that comes with it. All the expenses are gonna be divided half. Okay, so now for my guy, it's easy to, once companies that never hard marketing get marketing, guess what? We're looking at a fucking 10x, okay, on his deal. So if he's making 300,000 a month, we're looking to make 3 million if he can fulfill. Can we do the marketing? 100%. Can he fulfill? We don't know. Okay, but that's the potential. Why? Because once you already have some revenue, even if you have $25,000, $30,000 a month, we can work off of it. Why? Because we already have a record of, hey, who are your ideal clients? What are they looking at? What triggers them? After that, it's all psychology. What I mean by that, there's numbers, there's colors that you put on the website, and I'll give you an example. So whenever you click buy now, okay, which one works better? A red button, an orange button, or a blue button? Well, stats say an orange button. Okay. Does it say buy now or what? Or records say the shorter the better. So now and orange button. So little things like this that make a substantial change in the business. That's how we're very confident that we can grow his business. That's why we're also going to put in, depending on how the conversation goes, we're going to put in half on the marketing, okay, in order to, hey, run ads, bring his business up. So that type of structure, obviously you have to be, you got to put in your money where your mouth is. Hey, if I'm telling him we can scale, why not? Why are we not putting in the money? Now if he wants us to put in all the money, and we're saying we can scale, okay, that's fine. We put in the money. I will put in the money, but I'm taking 70% of everything else because we're gonna use them as a fulfillment. So it's all a give and take for two parties to win. What is he comfortable with? What are we comfortable with? What are we bringing to the table in order to make it better? Okay, and at the end of the day, it comes to numbers. It comes to revenue. So that is, Dennis is looking to do a structure with a development company. You have to know what they want, and you also have to know what you bring to the table. It's literally that simple. You have to know what they want and what you bring to the table, and something that works for both of you. So in this case, we set up the meeting for next week, for next Wednesday at noon, to see if we can come to an agreement. All of us. So that's what you call a win-win. They're winning because they want to scale. We're winning. Because a new market that we're getting in. And not only that, we're also going to propose, since they are using companies in the United States, we can do the marketing for them. Okay, we're doing the marketing for them. We're gonna offer them, if they sign up with the company, we're gonna offer them a 15% rev share from the 100 businesses that they're working with. You see what I'm saying? So it's always both people have to benefit. Okay, I cannot tell you guys how many times I have had people come to me, oh, Arturo, I have this deal. Look, I know this guy that has 10 acres and it's subdivided. We just have to buy it from them. And then they're selling it at $25,000 the law. And I know that area, we're going to sell it for 35, so I'll give you a 5%. No. Like who in the right mind will agree to it? So how does that benefit me? It doesn't. 50-50 in this case, it wouldn't even benefit me. Why? Because he's not putting any money on the line. Now, if he says, hey, I have half of it for the purchase, can you put in the other half? I know we can sell it. Okay, you're putting your money where your mouth is. I can consider that. So when it comes to everything is a deal. Everything is how you negotiate. Okay, so obviously when somebody comes to me like that, and I'm telling you, like that scenario that I just gave you, somebody that I know came to me, okay, and offered me that deal. They don't want to put in any money. They just know a guy and they believe they can sell it for $10,000 more. And they want to keep 95% of it. I'm like, okay, what if you sell 80% of the whole thing and not the whole thing? I'm still down a couple M's, So people just have ridiculous expectations. You know what I'm saying? So when you're doing, and this is when you do a deal with anybody, you guys can do a deal. I know, Osvaldo, you're working with what is that company?
The Elliots?
Yeah, you're working with Elliot, So if they have something they want to propose you, you would like. They're not gonna say, hey, um, you put in the money and then we'll do this, or hey, I put in the money and then you do it. It has to be something that you both are comfortable with, and you have to be reasonable. You know what I'm saying? So that it has to be a win-win for both parties. You know, many people, I see it all the time. They do deals, it benefits one party. Like, what kind? That's not a deal. You know, that's you trying to take advantage of somebody. You know what I'm saying? It's, it's ridiculous. What people do and say is ridiculous. So I'm just like the more the time goes by, I'm just mesmerized of what people truly believe. And then they wonder why other people succeed and they don't. You know, even if you don't have any money, like for example, then in this situation, even if you don't have no money, you can't put in any money, X, Y, and Z, even at 10% of a development process that is $1 million, that's 100K for you. You know what I'm saying? So you have to know your value and what you bring to the other person. It's all about value. It's literally all about value. So I want you to think of this, Dennis, and before we finish the call, we'll do a rough draft of what I think you should present your developer. Okay, because I'll tell you something. Right now in the States, a lot of people are developing. Okay, and developers are the ones that they are the fastest to go down the hill when there's a recession. Okay, so and how does development work? Usually, regular development works like, hey, the project is $1 million, and the bank will say, hey, I'll finance you, but you put in 20%. The project is finished. You send a picture, send us a receipt, then we'll give you the money. So who's putting really in the risk? Who's putting in the risk all the time? The one that's trying to come up. Because everybody wants to safeguard their money. Okay. Carlo, let's go with you. You want to talk to them about your company, about what you have going on with your wife?
Yeah, we had a quick conversation yesterday with you about how to increment the sales on the original. I need to come out because it's a lot of noise here with the uh, initial. What we have clients already in patients, and we're just trying to increase the amount. So me and Arturo were talking about how to utilize the 600 patients we have in the data to give us referrals. One second, somebody's calling. Um, can you guys see me?
Yeah, we'll see you.
All right. Yeah, somebody was calling you on the other line. So yeah, we were just trying to figure that out to see what is the best way to jump and create this follow up, either through a conversation by phone or send them a text that will go along the lines where like, hey, what this was your pain, this is how you are right now. Are you happy? Are you seeing results? And then ask for 5 people. Do you know anybody who will be interested to have the same results you have? So basically, that's pretty much what we're working on. We're trying to figure that part out, so we can start dialing to the patient. We just finished moving everything to a new. Um, it's not as CRM. It's more like a medical grade one because the information is blocked. So we were playing with that, just trying to get numbers better. But yeah, that's pretty much what we're working on. We're trying to scale that company.
What are you
And
making
not
on
only
that?
because we're passionate about it, because
What are you making on that?
right now we're stuck at 40,000, between 36 to 40 something thousand a month,
Okay.
and that's revenue. That's revenue. I mean, my other companies are
Right.
larger than this.
Yeah,
Yeah, my other companies are larger, but at the same time, I think there's a lot bigger there's bigger returns on this one if it's done well.
there is. There is.
So and I mean we've been talking about a few things like the thing is I don't want to be a scatterbrain because right now my wife can develop a system how to start an online business for PAs, and that's another thing. That's something that I'm like, that's a project we cannot be talking about that right now. We just need to make sure that we have all the systems in place um, with the current business that continues to grow. Because even right now we can still sell the company, but we still have to tweak a few things and more automation basically. So And in other words, I'm just trying to not only get her busy, because right now she's not as busy, but we can take on more patients. We can take probably, I think we talked about it last time. I think it's maximum 20 patients, and then after that, we need to hire another provider, like a part time. So for now, it's everything word of mouth. We haven't spent any money on our marketing. I boosted a few, Instagram posts, and they did pretty well on her business page. But now I'm trying to whatever I'm learning from Arturo and this other stuff that I'm doing, I'm applying towards her, not towards me, because I try to be very active in social media, but I do well a couple of weeks, and then I need to make sure everything is running on my company. So I wish it wasn't the case. I wish it was more automated, and that's something that is on me. I need to make sure that I have system in place that would allow me
And those are the
to be
hardest.
more into social media.
Yeah, those are one of the I don't want to say hardest things, but more tedious stuff. Okay, so for example, for Carlo, I will say, hey, you need, in order for her to grow her brand, she is the brand. Okay, and if you want to go about
Yeah.
selling it later on, you kind of need to move away from it. Okay, so you need to create a logo and name. People are like, oh, I know that name, even though, yeah, that's the
Right.
doctor, but you need to create a logo because she cannot be
Yeah.
sold with the company. So it all depends which route they want to take. Okay, it all depends which route they want to take.
Yeah.
What I
Yeah.
say is you need a full time videographer that follows her around and does videos, at least one reel a day, and posts it in all platforms. That costs about 4,000 a month, 3 to 4,000, 3,500 a month, for an actual person to go there
Right.
and do the reels and all of that. You also need a person who does the outreach. Okay, you also need to make sure that the system is working. And a salesperson.
Yeah.
So you spend about 12,000 a month just to get the right people in it, and then not only that, in order to manage those people, train them, and then manage them. So that literally was a
Right.
whole system in itself, but you can go easily from 36,000, 40,000. You can go easily to 120. That's 3x a month. Okay, if they follow the right,
Right.
putting the right people in place, and with the right marketing.
Yeah.
No, because you can also do
Yeah.
SEO. Okay, for his company, it's easy to do SEO. Okay, for his company, it's easier. Hey, let me show, for example, people that see his competitor as, oh my God, they're so big. I just want to be able to have a one-on-one with somebody. They can portray themselves like that, because when I look at his profile
Right.
and his wife profile, family, health, and most people that are in that lifestyle, they're family and health. They're not all
Yeah.
big entrepreneurs. That's what for other types of people. People that work out all the time, people that are, hey, I'm going to the gym, I'm gonna be jacked. Okay, this is for those people also, but it's more family oriented. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's a different type of client. But once
Yeah.
you
And the
to that
patients.
client, go ahead.
Yeah. The avatar right now, as I was looking at the report. The reports show a lot of female. There's some males there, but I think the male part. If I'm more involved in the company, I will increase that number. But since I'm not, she's basically a women-driven business. At this point, you can see a lot more women be part of it. Moms, even ladies who are entrepreneurs. We have actually a few people from Balutemen. When we went to the vault, a bunch of ladies that work under Patrick, they're patients of the clinic.
Nice.
At the same time, I know if I were to be more involved and add to the basic, talk about my testimony, my protocols, whatever I did, I can bring more and more men, because the men we have is because another man saw the results and they're like, oh, no, 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 I need to be like that. I need to be better than. So basically, more like a men sees it as a challenge. So when other men are doing it and they see the transformation, they have abs and all that, they're like, wait, what? I mean, this guy was never in shape to be like that. So they wanna jump on it. Then they see it more like a competition. Like, if this
Correct.
guy did it, I gotta do it too.
Correct.
But yeah, I need to jump on that and work on it. So I mean, we have a really faithful.
Okay, so his signal was sucking, he said earlier. We'll continue with him afterwards. Flor, Osvaldo, you guys want to talk about what you guys have going on?
Yeah, did you want Carlos to finish really quick? I see he hopped back on too.
It's fine. I don't know what he's doing.
Go ahead. Yeah, no, I don't know, but anyways, yeah, I need to work on that.
Okay. All right, Carlos. They're gonna go with Flor. I really want to know what Flora and Osvaldo have been up to. I haven't talked to them in a while.
Well, hi. I know it's been a while. Definitely missed you guys. Right now we have been really consistent with our Mindset Mondays and our Financial Literacy Fridays. I'm almost completed with the grant writing program as well. And we're actually going to be wrapping up with one of our clients this month and then with our other client next month. And we're also shifting back into Concord as well because the season's finally here too. But with that being said, I'm going to have a lot more time to be focusing primarily just on our online school program. So I'm really excited about that. And I did take your advice. I did talk to our team about rebranding and making sure that we're focusing more on our marketing. And we actually have right here our entire web. You don't have to get it. We have,
See, you if you wanted to show him, but we
uh,
it's in the picture.
yeah, we have an entire web that we created that shows how it is that we're going to use our platform. So that way we have, and Osvaldo taught me about this yesterday or earlier today about omnipresence, just making sure that we're everywhere. So that way at the end of the day, whatever platform somebody sees us on, it links them all back together. So that way we can make sure that we're on multiple platforms, but that they all lead back to our school.
Nice.
With and also to share with like the web. It's something that we invested in with Andy in November last year. Um but it's just they're so good at like sharing things that they share and move on, they share and move on, and they're just always growing. And it was interesting because it was a web on how they monetize everything. It's how Andy's web, he monetizes everything that he does. He has every single thing. He has his Facebook, Meta ads, LinkedIn, his website, just everything is interconnected so that no matter what, it's always leading somebody to their content, to their books, to free information. And I feel like it's something that we need to definitely do because we have plenty of enough information. We know a lot of things. It's just now creating products or creating things for us to be able to just share that with other people. So we're
We're excited.
yeah, we're excited for that. I'm currently so I've been doing a lot of training with sales. A lot of advice and things that I get from Andy. Arturo, you have always also kept us on that same peak. Like you've always shared with us the same values, similar values, kept us in the same headspace. You've always told us like the same principles that we've kind of been learning repeatedly with them. It's just like now that we're applying everything a lot more, we're seeing how important it is, especially with mindset and our health. And like for me, I'm trying to break mental limitations at the moment so that I just get out of my own fucking way because I hold myself back a lot. And so I've been pushing and running right now, and I dropped from like 13 minutes a mile to about 8.5. And I just been running consistently about a week and a half now. But I'm learning like every time I do it, I just keep believing and like doing things quicker. So I'm shortening my time. And I'm like, if only I can apply these same things into the rest of my life, the businesses, helping other people. And so what I'm trying to do with my concrete now is I was limiting myself to just doing like trying to hit a certain amount. But right now I'm trying to not even hit a limit and I'm just gonna do as many jobs, as many estimates and see how what's the maximum that I can handle before burning out instead of limiting myself to a certain limit. And in just four hours of running ads, I got 10 leads, 10 estimates to be able to get the season started.
Right.
which is a lot more than I would normally do back then. So I'm interested to see how this like
Momentum.
the momentum and the mind shifts. Um, I'm excited to see what they do and bring for us. And I
Nice.
think
Good.
depending on how my results go for that, I'm gonna try to do my first class from 0 to 100,000 because I've done that so many times with concrete. And
Now we're challenging ourselves to break that too.
yeah, because I have a lot of fear in coaching and like being out with other people, but it's like I'm more than capable of doing it as well. So we're getting out of our comfort zones, trying to challenge ourselves.
You know what helps with that?
I do not. What does?
So whenever, and this is for everybody, including me, I haven't done this in a while. Whenever you exhaust yourself to the point of tiredness or pushing your limits, I'll give you an example. You can do 100 push-ups, okay, and then you just do the last one, okay, you're a little tired, but then you do those 2, 3 more, you get them out of your system. Whenever you start speaking, you'll speak with more confidence. Whenever you talk to somebody, you'll talk to somebody with more confidence. So, and you can try this, Osvaldo. Whenever you go do your sales, okay, for your concrete company, before you go talk to the client, do push-ups until failure, and then do 2, 3 more. Okay, why? Because whenever you're gonna approach the door, you're gonna approach them with a different type of energy. Okay, and people buy into energy. Okay, that's the honest truth. If you have somebody excited, oh man, they don't even know what you're selling, they're gonna say, yeah, oh, I like this guy.
You want to buy some shit?
Yes, they're just gonna buy something. Okay, I'm telling you, it works. Okay, so literally
Mhm.
just go ahead and do a lot of pushes until failure before you talk to the client. Catch your breath and then talk to them. Okay, do not get in. Many sales people, they made the mistake of getting into their mood. So, for example, I'll give you an example. So, if I open the door and you're selling me, and I'm like, oh, hey, and I just woke up, you're gonna try to subconsciously gonna try to lower your voice and try to imitate me. Okay, you can't do that. You have to bring the client to you because you're the one with the energy and you're the one who's gonna
Bring
sell. So you have to change my energy. Okay, and you can do it with anything. I'll tell you something. When I was in the military, okay, since I was just in the barracks 24/7, I did nothing but work 4:30 in the morning, 9 o'clock at night, repeatedly for weeks at a time. Whenever I would go out, okay, I felt down. I felt, quote unquote, depressed, especially being in North Carolina. What would I do? I'll tell you something. I will go ahead and do squats until failure. And then I will approach a girl to talk to. Okay. I literally had to play with myself. I had to play with my mind, force my mind to be in a better mood in order for me to grow the balls to go ahead and speak to a woman. Okay. That's something that I have personally done. So, it works on sales, it works on girls, it works on talking to friends, it works on creating a deal. Trust me, before you get on a call with somebody, just do a couple pushes into failure. Okay. And remember, you have to something you gotta write down. You put in the client into that vibration or into that mood. Okay. We call it vibration, I call it mood. So you have to dictate their mood. If you talk to them in a sad mood, you ain't gonna make a sale. You gotta talk to them in an excited, happy mood. Okay, and I'm telling you, it works. There has been times where I was down a lot of money. And I'm like, oh my, what am I gonna do? And I literally have to play with my mind. Hey, I know this money is due tomorrow. I told this guy, I'm gonna pay him X amount of money. You know what I'm saying? So what would I would do? Okay, I need to make a sale. Push up, whatever, go through my list. Hey, let me talk to this guy. It happens. It happens. Obviously, it does take a little bit for you guys to build your network, but once you know people and you keep up with people, guess what? It's easy. It's easy to make money. Okay. I'll show you guys my Facebook. We send at least every day, the people's birthdays. Okay. Every day we send thank you cards, thank you letters. Happy birthday. Okay. Look, happy birthday, Shane. Bam. This is what this is full of. Happy birthday, Corral. Okay. Happy birthday, Justin. And guys, we'll pick this one.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Happy birthday, okay? So my says I don't have time to do this. My virtual assistant, the first thing she has to do in the morning is check whose birthday it is, write on their wall, send them a private message. That's what we do every morning. Okay, and at the bottom, if you look at the, if you let me see who can read it. Okay, it says another year to push your limits, achieve more, and keep growing. If you need funding to start or grow your own business, DM me. Okay, it's just you need to be on top of mind of these people. That's all it is. Okay, so obviously they do appreciate it. I connect back with a lot of people that I haven't talked to in a while. Then I go through and I send them a voice message. Okay, you get leads that way. You need to be on top of mind with people. Does it take a lot of work? Yeah, if you don't have money and you can't pay somebody to do it, like I do, you have to put in the legwork. Every morning when you wake up, you see it, you look at your stories. This is what I do in the morning. I like people's stories. Hey, man, I love that. Oh, man, hey, what's up? Oh, yeah, I haven't seen you in a while. Boom, on my Instagram. Facebook, after people respond, I send a voice message. I'm like, yeah, man, long time. Hope you're doing great. Let's connect. Okay. Now you're on top of people's mind. They're like, oh, I know Arturo. He does funding. Let me talk to him. Oh, yeah, I do need money. Let me talk. That's how business happens. It's relationship based. Okay. You have any questions about that?
It's interesting that you're saying that because when I started to like push past my limits, because like you were saying, I get a little tired and then grow. I ended up just getting more confidence to do more calls, and I ended up calling for wholesaling. I started calling for concrete. I ended up finding another deal for it was like a business deal, and the guy wanted to sell. But long story short, it's interesting because the same exactly what you just explained is what we realized kind of happened with me last week, but she's seen it. But it just momentum and like the confidence, the energy, people like it. And I could see that on the phone, people were like you were saying, they were low, but I'm just so like hype, man. I'm excited to talk to them and I'd bring them up. And it's interesting how just putting people in a better mood makes them curious to even just want to like that's I feel like that's what ended up helping me put a date for me to go see one of the guys or one of the deals. But I'm gonna keep on that and I'm gonna keep doing that. I'm gonna keep
Sure. Carlo, you have anything? Yeah, I saw you had your hand raised.
I wanted to ask. Wait, I wanted to ask something. The flow chart. I mean, the wait one second. This kid. The you guys talk about the web from what is it like a flow chart? Is that what you guys talking about? Like a flow, like a little draw that shows
Oh, yeah,
what is
push-up.
it? What is it you guys talk about with
Give me a quick
the
second.
web?
All right, can you see this? I know I got my head in the way, but can you see it?
Yeah. Okay. So you guys basically. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah. Yeah. I see
So
what you're
we
saying.
have our
Gotcha.
link
Gotcha.
tree
So it's
is
more
right in the
like
middle. Yeah, our link tree is right in the middle,
Right.
and then we have YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Meta/paid ads, and Google ads. We have LinkedIn, our
Yeah.
website, Threads, and school, and essentially everything just goes back to each other. But our link tree, essentially, what we
Right.
want people to go to is to our school because we want to get that MRR. So
Gotcha.
that's the program
Yeah,
we're
it's like
using.
a funnel map.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
yes,
No, I
sir.
appreciate it. You know what Arturo is saying is so true about doing the push-ups, and I close the best deals I have closed just pacing in a faster ways. I mean, faster pacing, like walking. I close the best deals on the phone, like pacing back and forth, because you have this activity, you energy is going up. So it's so true what Arturo is saying. It's crazy.
Well, guys, let's help Dennis before let's help Dennis. I want to hear what you guys suggest for him. So then, if you want to,
Yeah,
explain the situation
before
and go ahead.
before you kind of, I had another question because You know how I was trying to sell the trucking, and I would get messages like, "Hey, what's your business model?" or "Hey, I want to do research on it." And then I'm like, "Yeah, let's hop on a call." I was trying to send them to you, um, to just schedule a call, and I was gonna put you, on a three-way Zoom with them. But then it is usually like, um, they'll I'll go back and forth with them on Facebook, but then it's always like they start ghosting me. So I'm like, okay, I kind of gave you a little bit of information, but like they want to know more information, but then they ghost me, and then it's like I'm trying to get more like appointments set on that front. But yeah, it's hard to even just get them on the phone sometimes. That's kind of
Yeah, so I'm not sure what information you give them, but for example, someone says, "Hey man, so what do you do?" I said, "Hey, we can put your truck on, on autopilot if you have one, or we do the whole thing for you." So that's what they want to know. Okay, they want to know how is it that you do it without them having been committed yet. So it's okay if you want to give them info. Hey, yeah, this is what we do. We get the truck, we rent it, and then we give it to a third party. They do the management, the fulfillment. Okay,
yeah.
we do.
We'll kind of go over it like
Yeah, so we can.
once we're maybe
Yeah, we
tomorrow we'll
can
hop on
go
a
over, but
call.
it's not that you have to learn. Like if you're trying to do that, you have to learn more about the company and get into the real nitty gritty. What type of licenses we get, what type of insurance we carry,
Yeah,
insurance only for the truck or the cargo. What happens if the truck stops working? Are we getting a truck replacement? Like there's a lot of things that you need to know, but that you have to know in the back of your mind, and that requires effort and reading. Okay, you can't just sell something that you don't know what you're selling. You have to be dedicated to, hey, okay, I'm gonna do trucking. Let me find out what is Arturo really doing. Because when I talk to people, they want to know who's the insurance provider, what are the trucks, are they Freightliners, what year model they are they 18 wheelers, are they 10 wheelers, what exactly it is that they're getting, for how much they want to see in reality, how long it takes for them to get their money back. So there's a lot of things that you
yeah,
have to know. You can't just wing it, because I think you're trying to wing everything and you're not landing nothing. So just choose one thing, whether it's real estate, trucking, whatever, choose one thing, and then you can go all in on it.
yeah,
Okay. And then you have to have a formula. You can say, hey, let's just hop on a call. No, you got to tell them, hey, we do this, and this. If you're working here right now, I can't talk. We can set up a call later, but this is what we do. This is our website. This is X, Y, and Z, for them to start digesting the information. Okay. Remember, it takes 7 times. It takes 7 times before somebody buys from you. That's the average. Okay, depending on the industry. So you cannot just try to get on the call right away. Yeah, it's a cool, easier, cheaper, but yeah, but they have to be really, really interested for them to get on a call. So there's only a few people that are like that. Myself, hey, you're selling this, okay, hey, let's get on a call. Why? Because I want things fast, I want to one. 99% of the population is not like that. Okay, 90% of the population will just never make it out, Dennis, and they don't have the drive. They lost the drive. Okay, and they tell themselves every day, they remind themselves every day, and they justify why they cannot go achieve what they thought at one point, because everybody had dreams at one point. Everybody had dreams at one point. Okay, and people tell themselves, I've seen guys go from entrepreneur to going back into construction. Okay, and then to get out of there, dude, it takes twice the effort they put in the first time, because it's a mindset thing. Okay, it's a mindset. It's a struggle to
yeah,
work year after year after year after year without seeing results, or to barely make it by. Okay, it's a struggle, bro. Like I'm telling you, it sucks. It might, yeah. Now people see me. Oh, Arturo, I see you all over the world. I see you in Chile. How was that? Oh, I saw you in the States too, and then you were in Peru. Like, what are you doing? Yada yada. Guys, it took me. This is, what are we? 2025. I started 2012, 2013. It's only been 2, 3 years since I started like really traveling. Where I can actually grab and go because I have some things set on autopilot. But it hasn't up and down, hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, $0 for fucking 8 months. Then May 400, then 2 more. So it's a you know what I'm saying? It's a roller coaster and you have to be ready for it. You gotta understand the mentality of the people that you're doing business with. If you're doing business with another business, for me, it's easier to do business with another business owner. Why? He wants to grow, I want to grow, let's partner up and let's grow. The regular person, they're home tired, they only have $3,000 in the bank, and they want to be very meticulous how they're going to spend it and if it's going to benefit them. Because they'd rather get somebody to do it for $500 cheaper or $200 cheaper with a higher probability of them fucking it up than going through a company that has people, has procedures, has insurance and all of that. Okay, it's all in the mindset. It really is really all in the mindset. So you have to understand your avatar. Okay, you have to understand who you're selling it to. So, for example, if you're talking to an investor, okay, have you invested before? Yes or no? If they have invested before, okay, whether they lost or not, it's a high probability they can invest in you if you have the right vehicle. Okay, and that's another thing, Dennis, and you just reminded me. I heard somebody the other day, I think it was a female, okay? And she said, where you end up depends on the vehicle that you take. Okay, and then she went to explaining what vehicle. So I'll give you an example. Somebody that works selling insurance, 9 to 5, they sell insurance, let's say $200 a month, $300 a month, they make a percentage off of it, right? $20, $30. After time, it compounds. So you can say after 5 years, they can start making $20,000, $30,000 a month. For the population, for the regular people, that's good. Hey, 5 years, $20,000 a month. Not a lot of people make that. Okay, that's one. That's one vehicle she can take. Okay, another vehicle that she can take when you look at people's surroundings is what? Hey, instead of me dialing the phones selling insurance, okay, let me dial the phone selling land. And I'm gonna make 10% of all this land, and I only my land, the average value is 100,000. So 2 sales of that a month is 20 grand. How quick can she make 2 sales a month? So the vehicle that you take, is literally the key. Okay, and if you try to take 2, 3, 4 different vehicles, you're not gonna make it far. You might get somewhere, you might get somewhere, but we think, because this is a problem that I used to have before, we think, oh, hey, well, I have my funding business and I also have my boy, the marketing guy, and also the truck and all this, and I used to want to be on top of all of it. So now what did I do? Now, if I come across somebody that needs help, hey, I just plug and play. But I'm not constantly, hey, let me try this marketing, or let me try trucking, or let me try funding. No, I'm focusing the funding. Hey, you need money. We get the money, we put in the trucks. Okay, so the vehicle that you take that's around you is what's going to take you far. Okay, so you have to be very diligent and, hey, what do I want to spend my time doing? Am I going to go all in on real estate? Am I going to go all in on trucking? Let me talk to my mentor, my developer guy. Let me talk to him to see, hey, what is really going to happen? And then you have to figure out, hey, so in this deal, if I get one deal every 3 months, I can get $100,000 after a year. Are you willing to eat shit for the first 2 years to make money? Okay, or hey, I'm just gonna go ahead and start selling this deal. So it all depends which vehicle you're gonna take, and by vehicle I mean which business. Okay, look at crypto right now. I don't know if you guys remember when I was in Miami, we had a meeting and I told you guys, hey, my friend, he does trading. He told me buy, the rumors, sell the news. You know how many people bought when the news came out and Trump said, yeah, we're gonna look to do it came out on the news, we're gonna look to have the Bitcoin as the reserve currency of the United States, showing up to 108,000. But guess what? Population, institution. Okay, who are major holders of crypto right now? BlackRock, Vanguard, billionaires. How their psychology works? Their psychology works reverse to our psychology. Like I thought, hey, my guy's making money. Buy the rumors, sell the news. So once it's on the news outlet, guess what? It's already too late. You have 2, 3 days to pull your money out. Okay? Remember that. Remember. Oh, his phone died. Okay, he just texted me. So whenever you see something on the news, it's already too late. Okay, so just think about it. Look, where's Bitcoin at right now? Anybody know? Let's see, where's Bitcoin?
It's at 86,000. I checked it this morning.
86,000. Hey, people bought that shit at 108 grand.
Oh, that's high.
You know what I'm saying? We're looking at a 30%, 30 or 20%. Why? Because they see it on the news. Oh man, yeah, man, let me just I have a line of credit. Let me just buy it right now because Trump is crazy and he's really good. And this person doesn't understand. If he would have paid somebody that would teach him about crypto, teach him about trading, hey, literally the basics are buy the rumors, sell the news. Those are the basics. So if somebody would have paid 5 grand to a mentor on trading, okay, he would have saved himself fucking 40 grand or 20 grand, whatever they lost. But people don't really understand that. They're like, oh no, I'm not gonna pay nobody, I'll figure it out on my own. So everybody wants to figure shit out on their own. Okay, cool. And those are the results. You know what I'm saying? So just remember this. Once you see it on the news shows you what they want you to see. That's it. Okay, like the whole Epstein list. Once it comes out, you better believe 80% of the people inside the Epstein list, they're already out of the country. Oh, Tara Banks was there. Oh, yeah, we're going to go get her. Yeah, she's gone. She's in Australia. Oh, Justin Bieber did this and with this guy. And, the other guy was younger. Justin Bieber. So you guys have to understand that you guys are working. And this is what I'm saying. You guys are working against an army that has 100 times more eyes than you and that are more prepared than you. That's reality. That is reality. Okay. So just become aware. Don't think that the news is there for you. People show you what they want you to see. You guys don't know how many people I see on Instagram. Okay. Even here in Colombia, oh man, look at my house. Look at my house, and they have a nice house. Okay, yeah, they pay $25,000, $30,000 for the house a month. Okay, I'm like, oh wow, okay. I look it up. No, it says 15, and there's 3 people living in there, so they pay 5 grand each. You know what I'm saying? So just be aware. Just be aware. Okay, be aware. Just know that people, even including me, when you look at my Insta, let me see where's my Insta. Let's look at it together. I'm gonna share my screen. So when somebody looks at my Insta, okay, they'll look at my story. Well, story no longer available. Okay, what is going on here? For the refresher. Conor McGregor, right? Talking. Well, we can't hear him. Can we hear him over here?
Present with making it. So it's all good.
Okay, so for example,
I have an unhealthy obsession with spending money, but I have a healthy obsession with making it. So it's all good.
yeah, so somebody sees that, what do they think of me? Oh, Arturo spends a lot of money and has a lot of money, right? This is just me helping people. Okay, you guys should definitely go in and look into this. It's a thread. Okay, very, very good information.
That little
Me
one
at the
that ain't
gym.
working my nerves. I'm about to cause concern. Fucking this bitch like a perm. Smack on the back of a perm.
What does that tell people? Arturo fucking works out. He's strong as shit. Right? Okay, what are This we is a doing? mentorship. My trucks, I also have trucks. My trucks, my. What does that tell me? Or tell the people? Oh, he loves to party. He's a party guy. Right?
A big baller.
Best lesson I learned this year is you can't have one foot in your old life and one foot in your new life and expect a change. Okay, so whenever you are putting things out there, okay, whenever you put things out there, it's for what? For people to see, right? Give me 2 seconds. You know what I'm saying? So I'm portraying myself a certain way. Okay, but I'm portraying myself as what? As what I am, what I have. I love to work out. I am somewhat strong. I do like to go to the club sometimes. I like to hang out with girls that look good. I'm also into business. You know what I'm saying? So that is what I'm showing people. You know, so just be aware, just be very, very aware of your surroundings, what people want you to see. Because I show what I want people to see. Okay. I don't show them, oh, my girlfriend lives with me. I don't show them she cooks for me every day. I'm just here at home working 24/7. I don't show them that. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. You know? It's the same thing with what you guys should be doing. The same exact thing.
I
Okay.
like that.
So just remember, always, once you already see it out, there's old. This picture, everything that I posted is old. An old picture of my friend. I posted that because it was my boy's birthday. I said, hey, happy birthday, and then I posted that. You know, that gym, yeah, it's me this morning. I try to, keep it daily, what I do daily. Okay, but that impression is what sticks in people's mind. I don't know what you guys have the impression that you guys have from me, but hey, it's usually 9 out of 10 will be what I post, what I show, what I share. My failures, my accomplishments, X, Y, and Z. You know?
That's very true. Can I share something?
Go ahead, of course.
So it's interesting that you bring that up because we recently within our team have been talking about our personal brands and how important they actually are. And it was interesting that you brought all that up because we recently have been going out to like more events within the community and stuff. And we'll see people that we haven't seen in a few years or months. And they'll ask us like questions like, "Oh, did you just go on this trip or did you just go here, there, or whatever?" And they make assumptions of the things it
Exactly.
is that we're posting.
Yep.
And it's like, for example, I think it was last week we went out to an event from our client, and an old friend of ours was talking to us. He was like, "Oh, where did you guys go to recently?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? We haven't gone or traveled since January." He was like, "Oh, I just seen that you posted a picture of you guys like somewhere in the mountains." And I was like, "No, I just changed my cover picture. Like I really liked it, so I just changed it."
Oh, but one of the guys too, he's like, "Oh, really? I thought you were just in Colombia. I thought you guys were in Medellin or this, that." And it's like people literally are just making shit up, assuming, and yeah, just curious. It's interesting.
Yeah, and so we would just tell him like, no, the only person we know out there is our mentor, and he's traveling everywhere. I was like, I don't even think he stays in Colombia that long either. But it's just funny because the things that we post, even though we may have different intentions, people just make up their own assumptions
Yeah.
and sometimes play into like that you're bigger than what it is that you're even portraying yourself to be. Because people will make assumptions that you're doing things on a greater level just by their own perception. And it
Exactly.
was just really
And
interesting.
and it's interesting because you can either inspire somebody or offend somebody that you don't even fucking know. And it's like, and like I don't mean it in a bad way, but like I noticed that some people were kind of giving me a little bit of negative feedback, like, "Oh, bro, you're gonna starve yourself, you're gonna get sick, you're gonna do that." And it's like I just have goals and I'm willing to do extreme. Like, um, I'm willing to go extreme. Like I started running a lot, and they're like, "Oh, your legs are gonna break and fuck up because you're running more." And it's like whether I'm healthy or not, like people always have something to say, and it's just interesting, but it's not letting it throw you off and throw you out of course, and just staying true to yourself and what you want to do, not letting other people's opinions or ideas of you affect what you think of yourself in a way.
Yeah, and that was tough for a lot of people. Okay. I posted what my VA reposted an old picture of me. I don't know if you guys seen it with my girl behind me giving me a massage, and then her sister giving me a cup of water. So that picture was reposted on Facebook like 5 days ago. You guys want to know how much negative feedback I got? I got people deleted me and everything, calling me all types of names. It usually came from family members. Okay.
Wow.
So people will always want you to stay on what they perceive is the right thing. I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm not saying they're right. What I'm saying is people will wanna make you or tell you that you are not correct because of the way you think. They don't just let you be. Okay, if Osvaldo wants to run, like for example, Osvaldo, hey, you want to run at 6 in the morning? By all means, run at 6 in the morning. If I think, running at 8 o'clock is better, if I think running at 4 o'clock is better, I might say, oh, he's a shithead, he's fucking lazy because he's running at 6. I do it at 4. That's my perception, and that's me, my persona projected on you. Somebody else can say, oh, he runs at 6. Oh, man, he's waking up very, very early. And damn, I wish I can be like him. You know what I'm saying? So people will always project their own stuff on you. Okay, that's how it's going to be. That's how it will always be. You guys do the same thing with other people. Whenever you become more aware, okay, now you say, oh man, this person, I've seen them working in 7-Eleven for the past year. More than likely, they're not going to make it out. So whenever they tell them, oh, how's your day going? Oh, it sucks. I had this and this. You're like, okay, you just accept the person because of who they are. You don't really judge them. You might say, yeah, man, like he has a lot of potential and it sucks that he doesn't see it. Okay. And you wish you can help them, but you're going to start learning to accept them for who they are and where they are. You know, most people do not. Most people, and I know I said this before, the story of the crabs in the bucket. They will want to keep you there, whether it's family members or whether it's close friends or just regular society. They will just want to keep you on their perception. And their perception is usually poor or erroneous because if not, they wouldn't be on that position. You know?
Absolutely. I appreciate that.
Anyways, guys, any questions? It's already, well, I have 7:41, but it's 8:41. Any questions, suggestions, concerns? You guys like better this time? 7:40 Thursdays?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works good.
Dennis, any questions about anything or suggestions?
Oh no, maybe we could probably hop on another call like me and you, because I'm kind of I really like what Flor does. Like she has her own business. She has, but what I think I want to work on something that's like very optimized and like a powerful like offer that I could kind of work on. Even if it's like the funding with you or the trucking. Because yeah, I'm going back and forth in my brain with what I need to focus on, and I don't think that's good because I'm just kind of like going back and forth in my head, and that's kind of where it's kind of where I'm at because I have experience with real estate. Um, I like the trucking model. I like how I can bring that to investors better than like a property because it makes more money than a property. So that's kind of where I'm at. Maybe I need to like just sit down and like go on vacation for 3 days and like figure out what is gonna get me to the bag, like the vehicle kind of, I like that word. But yeah.
Me a text, shoot me a text, and we'll set up a call. Okay. Sometime either Friday or Saturday.
Can I say
Okay.
something real quick?
Yeah.
So something that Arturo touched on and I thought was really, really powerful, and it made me think of is how can you transfer your skills among other industries? And the reason I say that is because if you are in the position where you have multiple different directions that you could go in, something that I learned is what is it that I resonate with the most, that I'm the most skilled at, that I have the best opportunity of success? Because everything is going to work. It just depends how much work you put in on that specific thing, right? But if you're teetering on going in different directions, what I would really recommend is you focus on what is it that you have your most strengths in, so that way you can just focus on that one thing. Because you may have good experience in real estate, but if you have more skills that are transferable that could do more justice within the trucking industry, just as an example, like maybe that's the route that you would rather go on because it's where are your skills? What skills do you have that can have the most impact or benefit for yourself in whatever industry it is that you choose to go? But something else that I learned too is when you detach from the money, and I'm telling you because there was a point in time where me as a young Latina in Detroit who had to drop out of college to help out her family. Like I thought that I would never be able to make more than $20 an hour. Now I charge $25,000 per client. And so that's a huge jump, just mentality wise. And what helped me with that was valuing myself, identifying what skills I actually have that are valuable, and how I can transfer that to the marketplace. Because for me, it was like, okay, I'm good at all of these things, like I'm good at sales, I'm good at talking, like I'm good at grant writing. I like to help people. And so I was like, I like to help out my community. I know how grants work. And for me, I was just like, okay, I might as well make a business where I write grants for people, help them get tax-free money. I can partner with Arturo to help businesses get money. And then on top of that, I actually make an impact in the world. I get to help people out in the process. So I just encompassed everything it is that I am passionate about. And the money was just a result of that because I worked 8 months until I was able to actually get one client for 25,000.
And I do want to share a little bit to that. Like, it wasn't easy, and we knew that. but it was something that we knew, whatever, like, no matter what happened, we knew that it was gonna be worth it when we figured it out. And honestly, like, when I started with Arturo, we didn't really know how we got to where we got to, and it's like we understood some business, but we didn't understand like how important an offer was. Arturo talked to us about you have to restructure your offer because and the biggest problem, bro, and I'm gonna be completely rawly honest. I didn't believe that I could charge more, man. I was stuck charging $7 a foot. And Arturo's like, charge 10. And I'm like, you're crazy. Like you don't understand this and that. And it's like, no, it's me. I didn't understand. I was thinking too small. And it's like he was trying to tell me, no, like charge more, but offer them stuff. Like offer upsells, like give them more value. Don't just sell them concrete. Like what else? Can you build a relationship with them? Can you offer them something afterwards? And it's like that's why I learned that I was valuable, but I didn't believe it. And so when I tried to sell myself out there, other people weren't believing me. But I was getting enough to where I could stay busy. So one of the biggest challenges for both Flor and I, in the process that we've been working with Arturo, is that we learned that Arturo's always given us so much sauce. Our biggest problem was believing that it could happen to us. And so we've had the biggest breakthroughs when we sit down and take the time to really just look inward. We stop searching outside and we just literally meditate. Even sometimes you get emotional, sometimes you think about it, but it's a process that we have to go through mentally so that we can understand what we really want out of ourselves to not feel empty sometimes after we chase something. And we felt like we weren't valuable enough. So what we did and is I had Flor sit there and I had her write everything out, bro, in the chair. I mean, in the walls over at the old house, bro. I told her, write down every skill that you can do, anything that you can do, whether you can talk to people, figure out money, whatever you know how to do, write it all out.
It literally says, what does Flor know how to do
That
that
facilitates
facilitates
work.
work? So all of my skills, we made a list of every single skill that I had, and then we just
Yeah,
compartmentalized it and then put it into like boxes so that way we could brand that or package it as a deal.
and it's like instead of her just finding grants, we're like, hey, not only does she find grants, she has a system. She organizes everything for you. She shows you how much money she's applying. And so we just started being creative around the things that we already knew just to make it more valuable. But so the reason I'm saying this is because we had to sit there and kind of do it. We felt like a little childish because it's like I can't believe I'm really doing this, but like you really sit there, bro, and once you start realizing how much value
Value.
you really have within you, and it's just putting a price on it. And so what we did for her after she wrote down all her skills is we separated into categories, and it's like, hey, this is for operations, this is technical assistance, and
This
like
is
this
funding.
is funding, and this is grant writing. So everything that we had like mixed up, like we know that we could do a lot, but we finally separated it and then we put a price on it. We put a price on each thing, and Arturo kind of not yelled at us, but he was upset with us because he was telling us that we're valuable, and it was our problem not believing it. And it's like other people see it, but if we don't see it ourselves, then
It don't
it
matter.
don't matter. And originally we were gonna charge like 20 grand for the class that Flor was doing. She ended up charging 6 grand. But the fact that we still created a course and were able to charge that amount of money was mentally freeing for us because we no longer were stuck to our old ways of life, thinking like how you got to work hard for the money and that's the only way. And it's like now for the first time ever, we capitalized or made money off of information that we knew and sharing it or being able to share that with other people. And she still educated them like she knew some shit. And even though she charged 6,000, that group of 20 women that she trained, right now, bro, they were able to raise about $6 million. And that's why Arturo tells us to fucking value yourself and believe in yourself because we should have charged more and done more, but
Correct.
we didn't believe in ourselves enough. But the
We
value
should
was
have got
still
a
there.
10% on the back end.
Exactly. And
You
we
know,
didn't do
We
any of
didn't
those
do
things.
that.
So
that
I
would have
ended
been
up making
that would
like
have been 600,000.
0.001% on what they were able to create.
I know,
Mhm.
I know, and you know, you guys missed. That was a $600,000 lesson.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You know, and I told you guys this. You know, you guys did mentorship, and I told you guys this. In reality, it comes down to just like you said, Osvaldo, self-worth. Okay, and you know, you have something valuable, Floor. You're selling money.
Free money.
You just have to know how to structure it. I know for a fact if I had your business or I knew what you know, I would drop 30, 40 grand, hire a couple sellers, write down the sit. It'll take you a day to write out the script. It'll take you another day to write up some just it's very easy. They want, what do I want? They want money, I can get them money. Okay, cool. We can work together. I get a percentage or what, however you're gonna structure it. It'll take repetition. Okay, not only does it take repetition, you have to just how you just you just mentioned, hey, we got this deal, we got paid 6,000, they're making 6 million. Okay, now you have feedback on your work that you fucked up. How could have you made it better? Okay, so now you have to write it down. I could have done this and this and this and this. Now you know what you can do. Go to another company similar as that one and say, hey, listen, this company, we helped them raise $6 million. You can talk to the CEO, but we helped them raise $6 million. We're offering you the same thing for cheaper, 50K up front, and we're only taking, 5% on the back end.
I like that.
So now you can go with the same thing to another company. Okay.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's different because they have, how many people did you train?
I trained 20 women for fundraising for nonprofits. They're
Okay.
able to raise 6.4 million.
Okay, so you train 20 people. So obviously that's way more than what one person can do. So I'm sure they're on the computer all day. Oh, let me apply for this one. Oh, let me apply for this one. Oh, this one's cool. Oh, this one's nice. So that's all they're doing every day, right? Just applying. So it's different than you applying, than the whole group applying. That's why you can leverage. Hey, I will teach your whole group. This is what I charge. And it's only going to be for the first year, whatever I take, or the first year or the first 2 years. And after that is yours.
Mm-hmm.
Something that helps both of them. Because you're also needing them because they need to qualify as the nonprofit. So many years in business. The money going specifically to where, all this they need to qualify for. So it has to be a two-way. In that one, you messed up, but it's a lesson learned. Just don't let it happen again.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
definitely.
Because after that, Arturo helped us structure our deal. And so what we did was charge 25,000 for 6 months, and anything over 250,000, we get 9.9% of. And right now, I was just looking at the numbers. We're at 1,288,000 for just one of our clients.
1.2 million?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you should be getting a little bit of 100K.
Yeah, if we get them all accepted.
Okay. But I mean, what is the percentage that are getting accepted? 30, 40%? What's the percentage?
We're still getting them back, but right now we do have everything. We haven't gotten any responses back yet because it usually does take
It's a process.
a few months. But right now, everything in blue is what we currently have submitted. Everything left, we still have to apply for.
Okay. But I mean, you should be making some money out of that,
Yeah,
So-
definitely.
So that's what I mean. It's all on how you structure the deal. That's it. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. This was a big lesson for them. Oh, well, you can't sit back and cry. I could have, should have, would have. Hey, let me move forward and see how we can make it better. That's
Always.
literally it. Okay. And just remember this, they're not smarter than you. Okay. They just take more risk than you. And that risk makes them more ballsy and makes them more aware.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also just to clarify real quick, I was teaching them fundraising, not grant writing. So the fundraising, it was literally them just asking people for money, person to person, peer to peer. Grant writing is asking companies, philanthropist groups, and the federal government for grants.
Nice. Okay.
I appreciate you.
Of course. All right, guys. So I'm gonna let you guys know go. Thank you very much for everything. And
Thank you.
I'll
Thank
see you guys
you.
next week.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Take care. Bye bye.
Okay,
All
bye-bye.
righty, bye.